today. They're very excited to know how to prepare their businesses to get onto the Amazon marketplace.
Okay, great stuff. And I think from now on, I'll just go straight into the presentation after the introduction. Is that okay with you, Christoph?
Perfect, perfect.
All right, great stuff. Firstly, let me introduce myself. My name is Fakhri. As you know, I work for Amazon. I've been with our company for about 18 months. What I do, I am a key account manager for our SMB division. And in Amazon, that is our small to medium business division. Basically, I help onboard, or rather register, onboard, and help partners list to be able to sell on our Amazon store in South Africa, which is amazon.co.za. So we've recently launched our South African marketplace on the 7th of May. So it's really still an emerging marketplace. We've been 7th of May. Actually, it's our 3-month anniversary. So yeah, it's the 7th of August. So yay on that. So yeah, so we've been around for about 3 months now. And yeah, South Africa is a different market altogether. So yes, that is basically what I do. And my key focus is to work with partners that are locally produced, or that produce locally rather, use local raw materials. Not that this is Amazon's primary focus, but this is my focus. This is part of my portfolios, so that we can help grow our local economy, or our South African economy rather. And one other side note there, yes, Rashida, I have represented South Africa on a few occasions as a Protea in pool and snooker. So yeah, I have a decorated CV there as well, but I don't think we're going to get into that. I think we're here for the purpose of e-commerce. So maybe on another social
Yes.
meet we can discuss that in depth. So
Sure.
I will share my screen now and then just do a official introduction to our business and what we are here for today. So I just need you guys to let me know if the screen share is fine.
It's perfect. Thank you.
All right. Okay. So to start off, so Amazon, as you know, we are e-commerce business. We are separated into two divisions. We have a retail division, which works with vendors, and we have a 3P division, which is our marketplace, which works with selling partners. My focus, or my discussion here today, would be the introduction on our marketplace, which means working with selling partners, and you taking your content, your product, and listing on our marketplace and being able to generate sales. So just a bit about Amazon in itself. Amazon was founded in 1994 by a gentleman named Jeff Bezos, and I'm sure most of you have seen or known who Jeff Bezos is. He's like in one of the top Forbes top 5, 10. At one stage, he was number 1 also. And yeah, our company is largely guided by our leadership principles. And one of the most interesting things being at Amazon is that our main and our number 1 leadership principle is customer obsession. So we really have, or driven by customer obsession. So instead of focusing on what our competitors are doing, or trying to benchmark us against competitors or the trends out there, we focus primarily on the customer and try and satisfy their needs and ensure that we have met their requirements. And I think this sets or raises the bar, in fact, because if you have a customer that is entirely happy and that is pleased and satisfied with your service, you do not need to benchmark yourselves against any other competitor out there. So just to touch on that, this is one of our, amongst our other leadership principles, but this is one of our main or core focus in our business. At the moment, Amazon is, our marketplace is being represented in 23 different countries, South Africa being the 23rd the last of the marketplaces. So this was extremely exciting news for us. We deal with from first world countries right through to third world countries and developing countries like ourselves in between. So, what does this mean for us as a business or you as a selling partner or potential selling partner? It means that we are able to offer you a collective or amalgamation of experience and knowledge from all sorts or different types of markets. And we are able to share either the challenges, the experience, and the benefits as well. So, you're not only confined into one way of thinking, you actually have a collective, or we actually can provide you a different methods on how the best way to reach your success goals. So this is a big advantage as a selling partner, because you have this type of backing, or you have this type of knowledge that you are able to work with, and it's also quite reassuring. So when we do enter marketplace, we are entering there with quite a lot of knowledge, and you as a selling partner can only benefit from there. So yeah, as mentioned, South Africa is our 23rd marketplace, and we are hoping that after this, everyone else, after the webinar, we will post some links for registration and for a bit more content on our Seller Central YouTube channel. Please take the time, educate yourself, read a bit about what we have, how the registration process works. And later in the presentation, I will also cover a little bit more in depth on how the whole process works, should you want to sign on Amazon or register on Amazon rather. So, as mentioned, we strive to be the Earth's most customer-centric company. But how do we achieve that? So, we have various things or various fundamentals that we use to be able to achieve that. So, and one of the most important things, or three, we've highlighted or narrowed it down to three. And the first one stand out is price. We are there to offer our customers a competitive price. So, which means that when they go there, they need to know, coming on Amazon, you know what, I'll be able to find something that is good value for money, and it doesn't move me away to be able to go anywhere else. And I know, I can get a good deal. So this is our number one fundamental. Secondly is selection. We pride ourselves on having a large selection, which means that we try and offer as much as possible. We try and offer across as many categories as possible, so that you are not confined or constricted to only certain amount. Now, yes, we may not offer absolutely everything, but we do our best to be able to offer a bit of everything, so that you have a taste, or you have a selection that you are looking for. And then lastly, it's convenience. The main thing about e-commerce is that you have the convenience of sitting in your lounge, being able to order whatever product item you really want. And yeah, it gets delivered to your doorstep. So this is our mission, and we are very eager, and we take lots of pride to be able to achieve this and ensure that our customers understand that these are our objectives. All right, so just a bit of statistic there. 60% of our worldwide units come from Amazon independent selling partners, and these would be people like yourselves, 3P selling partners. Selling partners that have various products, list the product on our Amazon marketplace, and then customers buy. You also, as a selling partner opportunity, you also benefit from various shipping programs, which we offer, whereby Amazon is able to deliver the parcel to your customer, and whereby we warehouse your stock, which is called FBA, Fulfilled by Amazon. Or we have a program called Easy Ship, whereby you as a seller are able to execute the orders from your warehouse or from your logistics center. We offer you complimentary account support, as well as access to in-depth reporting on your product's performance, sales metrics, your order tracking, It's called Seller Central. This will offer you a complete house of tools and programs. It's really, really in depth. And as a seller, I don't think you could ask for much more. You are able to track everything on here, and it's really, really set up to be able to, for you to be able to extract as much information as possible. Furthermore, we have lots of tools to be able to promote your brand and your products. On Amazon. So we have things called brand registry, A+ content. These are all advertising and branding campaigns that we utilize to be able to gain more discoverability on your product, on your brand as well. And then lastly, we have the control of your Seller Central account, which is all the combination in terms of inventory, fulfillment, and products. And you have the benefit of having it under one umbrella. So yeah. But you ask yourself the question now, what do you need to be able to gain this opportunity, or where do you need to be in which type of space? So firstly, for success criteria, you need product readiness. And product readiness or retail readiness is reducing friction to discovery. So this includes the importance of selection, products, customer presentation, and overall value proposition, certification and compliance, and trademark barcoded customer trust. This allows customers to be engaged in the brand's unique offer to fulfill the needs. So business readiness. So this is basically, you having a cell phone, you having a laptop. I'm sure a lot of you guys have already, perhaps have online stores. You know what the intricacies are there. You need to be a simple thing like Wi-Fi. You need to be able to have the app either on your cell phone, or you need to have it on your laptop. And this means business readiness. Also, you perhaps need to have, and this goes on to my next point, which is operational readiness. So you need to be able to have a premises, not necessarily a rented premises that you now need to put yourself into unnecessary financial obligation, but you just need to be able to have a premises if you are executing orders that is reliable, that you are able to execute your orders or pack your stock or pick your stock from. And this you would know if you are currently operating on an online store. With that, we also have certain things like account health. So when you are on Amazon, you get rated. So when you are operationally ready and you execute on orders on time, your account health will remain intact. However, when you fail to do so, you have either late shipment rates or you have cancellation on orders, your account health will decline. So these three things we've basically highlighted in terms of success criteria. So that's product readiness, business readiness, and operational readiness. So just before I close the first part of this presentation, I'd like to just notify our audience that at the moment, Amazon is not operating or not selling in all categories. So for those of you are doing in the following categories that I would mention, such as fashion, shoes, large appliances, large furniture, groceries, ingestibles, be it pet and human ingestibles, and alcohol beverages, we are not open to these categories at the moment. What does that mean? It means that you cannot or you will not be able to list these products on our Amazon store as yet. So in our other marketplaces, these are available, or this is available, but right now it is not available to the Amazon public at the moment. All right, in the second part, I will go through what it is and what the selling process is to be on Amazon as a seller. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that input, and certainly it opens our eyes and certainly to the great opportunity that Amazon brings to the shores of our country. And certainly, it's great to know that the market is becoming busier, and competition is always good. And hopefully, it will serve the entrepreneurs in South Africa to have more players in this space. Obviously, our bias is towards the small businesses, especially those that are based in rural areas and townships, in terms of access to this great platform, and certainly the areas that you've covered, which relate to operational readiness and business readiness. I think those are very, very key. And oftentimes we can take these for granted, but certainly for a small business based in a township or rural area, some of these challenges are quite real in terms of infrastructure, in terms of the cost that this might bring to the small business. But I think a major part of the readiness is certainly the skills and opportunities like this. It will be interesting to know how, beyond perhaps this opportunity, how Amazon is reaching out in its partnership with various institutions. I know, for example, that you've been working with CEDA and other players in the market to reach as many people as possible to open up this opportunity, because for many entrepreneurs, there is still this mindset, there is still this lack of exposure that this is a real opportunity for them. And I think practitioners sitting here and entrepreneurs sitting here, I think are in a great position to spread the word and actually to make this an accessible opportunity to as many entrepreneurs as possible. But also it's important for us to understand what the challenges and the limitations that many entrepreneurs face to access this infrastructure. But yeah, it's definitely a great opportunity for our small businesses to sell beyond their immediate brick and mortar infrastructure in townships and rural areas, and to make sure that their products reach markets far and beyond. But there are those challenges relating to infrastructure, like you said, operational and business readiness. But yeah, thank you. I don't know if Christoph, you have any comments?
Yeah, we are entrepreneurs or people supporting entrepreneurs in the room, and it's all about getting prepared. So we've heard there that you don't want to be the one that's getting a bad mark against your name because you couldn't fulfill on something that you started out with. So preparedness, I think it's essential for us to understand exactly what it takes to be prepared as a business and what those changes are that we need to make. Fakri already, there's already some questions in the Q&A. So anyone that's got a question, please put it there. There's some important questions around territory and so on. So it's really informative too, just to keep your eye on that if we don't get to discuss all the questions. But there's someone answering the questions there that we didn't introduce properly yet. So Kefense, don't be cross at me, but if you can start your video that people can just see that there is in fact a person, it's not a bot that's writing those answers. There you are. Okay, Kefense is there ready to answer your questions, guys. She's already done a few, and I've just had a look. Important questions. Hi, Kefense.
Hi, morning. Hello, Christoph. I can never be angry at you. And yes, no, I'm not a bot. I'm an actual human being typing away. So I welcome all of the questions, some difficult, some not so difficult, but we are here to assist. And like Fakri had mentioned, if we don't get to all of the questions, we'll share some links and more information for the participants to go through after.
Right, thank you very much for being here with us. It's time for us now to actually get to the poll that we couldn't share with you earlier on. So I'm going to put up there on the screen the questions, and then you will see that on your computer, or if you're on your phone, maybe you have to just swipe to get to the right screen. The poll will launch and you can answer that. What business activity are you involved in? So you may select more than one option there. You either making or manufacturing, either in limited numbers or big numbers, or you're in other industries like services and so on. So just select the right one for you. And then second question is, what do you provide your customers? What kind of products? And if you're in services or any other products, you select the other there. So those are the first two questions. And then number 3 is how do you transact with your customers at the moment? You know, sort of not what you plan to do. What do you do at the moment, face to face, or by email orders, or card or e-wallet or EFT or other, you know, sort of, so you can select the ones that are applying to you. And then the 4th one is, have you listed any products or services via an online platform? So there could be, yes, your own website, you know, which is interesting. Yes, on an e-commerce platform. Yes, on social media platform. No, but you're planning to, or no, that is not for you. So I see the voting is happening briskly. We've got over 100 people with us here today, so that's great to see. The attendance is good. So if most of us can vote too, then we get a sense of where you are at. And yeah, maybe if Bakri understands better where you're at, he can engage with you after this better too, so to meet your needs. So there is some brisk voting happening there. Oops, I didn't share the questions on the screen, I see. But they are there. Those are the last 2 questions. And then we also had 2 questions before, but we won't repeat reading them out. So if you can vote there quickly, if you don't find if you're on your phone specifically, you may have to swipe screens just to get to the right screen to do. Otherwise, on your computer, it should have popped up and you can vote. I see people are voting, so it's clearly working. Fakri, I'm going to ask you to come back into the discussion because we can now reflect on the poll as well. We're going to end the poll just now, so if you want to vote, please do so. Those that are most awake have voted early. Those are some catching up. I see there's still some activity. So we're going to give another 30 seconds or 20 seconds for you to vote. And that we can get a sense of who's in the room. And then we're going to end the poll just now. So if you want to vote, you've got gone. I'm going to end the poll now. And then I can share the results with everyone. So, Fakri, as we go through them, activities that people are involved in, mostly providing services to businesses. So it's interesting that that's the biggest category, while our focus here is perhaps more on products. So making limited numbers, 17%, manufacturing large numbers, 10%. So it's like 27% of people are in making a quarter, just over a quarter, and then another quarter, 29% in buying and selling products. So they're actually not making it, but they are the middleman to provide it to others. The rest of us, just less than half, or about half, no, over half are providing services. So, but it may be that some are actually manufacturing and in services. So, because remember, we said you can choose more than one. So if you're in that category, it means that maybe you are making something and you are providing services. And then product-wise, technology products are the biggest one, 27%, equipment 19%, furniture 7%, home decor 10%, jewelry 5%. I know I saw some names in the audience that I know is in the jewelry business. And then how you transact at the moment. Still face-to-face is the biggest. 63% of us. It doesn't mean that we can also do online, okay? Via email orders, 20%, online with a credit card or e-wallet, 31%, EFT, 39%. That's interesting that a lot of people are still using the EFT a way of getting money, while the others are maybe a bit more easier and efficient, and then other ways of transacting to another quarter. And then the 4th question, have you listed any products or services via online shopping platforms on own website? 38%. That's the biggest score. I'm pleased to see that people are selling through their own platforms, their own websites, and then social media scores high, as well as some other e-commerce platforms at 16%. There's a good number of us, 35%, a third, that is not selling online but planning to. So yeah, you're at the right space because you're going to learn more about that. Okay, so Fakri, what thoughts come up with you if we share that poll result?
No, it's quite interesting because we can see the difference, and as expected, you know, we have a lot of businesses also being involved in services, which is generally quite big. But the exciting thing is also I've seen there's some manufacturing. There's a lot of the audiences also have their own online store, which this is absolutely amazing, because what this then means is that they are quite familiar with the entire whole e-commerce process, and for us to be able to guide them or transition them in terms of Amazon and pushing them towards their success factor does become a little bit simpler. However, with that being said, with anyone that is not familiar, does not have an online store or anything like that, of course, we will still assist you. This is what we are there for. We will guide you on how to be able to sell on Amazon. We have content available to be able to show you how to sell on Amazon as well. And the one thing that I did not mention at the moment is that Amazon is having a promotion in terms of R1 per month, which for our selling fees, which normally you would pay 465 Rand a month in generally for e-commerce selling fees. We've reduced this to R1 per month. And this is until the end of this year, until the end of 2024. So it's like a free trial or no obligation trial to be able to engage in an e-commerce store, list your products at only R1 a month. So yeah, some interesting news there. I'm not sure, would you like me to go through the balance of there and just quickly?
Let's hear, and then there's Q&A time. I see there's some stuff happening in the Q&A window, so please, if you have a question, as Fakri shares the information, that R1 offer is a great one. So I'm sure there's going to be questions around how to access that. But let's hear Fakri, sort of what we need to note.
Okay.
And we will have time at the end for some discussion still based on what people are asking.
I'll go through the main bits so that the audience can just have an understanding. So this is the part where you actually end up selling on Amazon. So let me just share my screen so that the audience can have a look. I take it you can see the screen, right?
Perfect.
Okay, perfect. So right now we are getting into the part where you are an actual seller on Amazon. So now we talk about account creation. So firstly, you create your Amazon account, and like I said, we have the link in the chat box which will give you the step-by-step guide on how to create account. Then secondly, you list your products on the Amazon Seller Central. So what happens there is you take your catalog, you list all your products with the details, the picture, the images, and then you list it. Customers then find your products online, and then customers buy your products. So it's as simple as that. It's just that account creation, listing your products, find your products online, and then the customers buy your products. So fundamentals of a marketplace, just to give you an idea, I'll go through the most important things. I've explained there's different fulfillment options, but main thing that you need to know, funds are dispersed into seller's account every 14 days. So after we deduct or minus your fees, you'll receive your funds every 14 days. You'll also have access to in-depth reporting, and we also offer you tools that will be able to grow your Amazon account. I'd like to touch on the things that will really help our selling partners, and this is our tools. So we have Seller University, where we offer free training, videos, webinars, detailed help pages. We also have this SPN, which is a service provider network. Christoph,
there's something with the changing of slides that I see is showing two slides over each other. So maybe if you just page back or page forward, that we can see, maybe there's a transition or something there. Oh, no, if you go back.
Right.
I'm not sure which slide you want to be on, but they were showing double. If you can go to the slide that you want to be on now, they were kind of like showing over the two slides. I think it's something to do with the transition. It's not complete. So if you are
shall I give a few seconds?
It's showing two slides over each other. It maybe has to do with the transition. I'm not sure if you click again, what happens? Do you go to the next slide?
Yes, I can.
Is that's showing right now? Okay, I'll tell you again if we see two slides transposed
Sure.
over that we can actually see
Oh,
the slides. Thanks, man.
okay, great. So just to quickly go through this, so we have your tools, which is our Seller University, Service Provider Network, and Seller Central. We also have a lot of marketing campaigns, which consist of advertising, deals, and promotions, as well as coupons. What is a marketing campaign? The marketing campaign is there for you to create discoverability on your product. You're going to create visibility on your brand, on your product, so you can showcase your entire selection to our audience, to our customers. Thirdly, we have fulfillment options, where I mentioned FBA. Amazon takes place or takes care of the order. And I think there was a question in the chat box regarding FBA. Yes, so how it happens, you give us the stock and you inbound into our fulfillment center. We receive an order. And once we receive an order, we will execute that order from our fulfillment center. Means we'll pick and pack and we will deliver to the customer. The other one is called Merchant Fulfillment Network, where you will do that. So these are the different types of fulfillment options. And then just another touch on brand building, which is A+ content, brand analytics, and hopefully in the future, I'll do some more webinars where I go a bit more in depth in explaining how brand building works. So I won't go into deep there. And another thing is we're also, Seller Central, we're also available on a cell phone app, which makes it so much more convenient for you sellers, especially if you are a small business. A lot of the operation you handle from your vehicle, you receive an order, you're not always going to open your computer. This is perfect for you. You can have a look at your cell phone, you can see the orders, you can track, you can execute what you need to from the convenience of your phone. So lastly, I just want to talk about brand registry. A brand registry is a tool that we use to protect your brand. So if you're a trademarked brand, we offer you brand registry. And what this means is that we protect your brand on our Amazon store, which means that if you have, let's say, Fakhri's Boutique and it's brand registered or trademark and we list it on Amazon, no other seller can come, even if it's a reseller of yours, can take your product, list it on Amazon under the same name and sell. They would need your permission as a brand owner. So it is a bit more in depth than that, but that's basically the service that it offers. It offers you brand protection and brand building tools. We also have our marketing strategy, which consists of deals. So there are the various deals, lightning deals, 7-day deals, top deals, vouchers. These are normally displayed on the front page. Customers go to the deal section. If you've submitted the fact that you would like to participate in a deal, you'd get that visibility on the front page and you'd be amongst the other selling partners that are also engaging in deals as well. For our bigger sellers or our bigger businesses, we also have API integration, which means that you can run your inventory through your ERP system across various or multiple marketplaces, which would then grow your business, improve efficiency, reduce errors, and reduce costs. So this is basically for much larger sellers or sellers that are operating on more than one marketplace. And I think this would be ideal for them. And for those of you you probably are familiar with the integrated process as well. And then, yeah, this is some of the brands that we do. We, like I said, we really on local brands. As you can see, we Sneaker Lab. This is a South African produced product. We also have Heartfelt toys. We have Nomakadi shampoo hair products. All these brands that you see on my screen, all of them are South African made. We really do pride ourselves on South African made products. We're there to grow the economy, boost small businesses, and not only on Amazon, as a whole. Our mission is as a whole to boost the economy, to provide employment or to assist with the employment factor. And this is why we are rolling out these programs. And yes, that is basically it. If there's maybe some space for questions, I'm happy to take them on. If I'm able to answer them, I'll do so.
Yes, I'm sure. And there are quite a few questions, and maybe if you've posted your question in the Q&A and your hand is raised, we may also know that it is something that we can discuss with you. So Ms. Lynn and Joel, Maro, if you have a question that you've posted in the Q&A, we'll come to you, but we'll first see your question in the Q&A before we allow people to speak. But we can have this. Go away, Fakhri. We really need you now.
No. I'm here. All right.
Kafense has been great at answering questions in the text chat, so that is really good that we have those questions answered. But maybe there are some of those questions that stand out. I mean, there's Anonymous that had a very broad question. You know, what are the requirements to sell on Amazon? So I'm sure we can refer people to a requirements page somewhere or something like that. But maybe you can also just explain to us very briefly, Fakhri, if anyone wants to.
Absolutely.
What are the requirements?
Absolutely. So to be honest with you, there are very few requirements to sell on Amazon. You do not need to have a trading license, or some people think you need to be a registered business. No, it's 3 simple things to get registered. So how it works, you first need to register an account. So what do you need to register a selling account? You need an ID, you need a proof of address, and you need a bank statement. Those are the 3 critical things to be able to register an account. You can sell within your individual capacity. So you do not need to, like I said, you do not need to have a business premises. You can sell under your name. I can sell as Fakhri Hirdeen under my name and sell my product without being a legitimate business owner. So absolutely. That is the requirement for selling. And then secondly, you of course need a product to sell. So there's no harm in opening an account and then still deciding, but I would encourage you to be able to have your product ready, or an idea of the product that you do want to sell, and then open your account and have your selection ready to be able to list. So those are the 3 documents required. And when you go onto our sell.page, which is, I think it's, Kafense did put it in the chat box, it's sell on Amazon, South Africa. You'll go there, you'll see the registration process, and it's about 5 steps to be able to go through the registration process. And then within, I think, a day or 2, you'll get a response to say that you are now registered as an Amazon seller. So that is it.
Great, that sounds easy enough. We are used for banking and so on to collect those documents in any case, so we have them ready already. It sounds really kind of smooth. And then just a bit more on the R1 offer, Fakhri, if we can understand that better. What would the normal condition be for us when we list? We'll have a monthly fee that's significantly more than the R1.
Yes. So any marketplace. So what is the selling fee? Just to give you an understanding or indication what a selling fee is. So the selling fee is there to be on that particular marketplace. So think of Amazon as a mall. Amazon is actually a virtual mall. You come with your store and you need to pay a rental within the store. So we have many sellers, and this is like, let's say, Canal Walk or Sandton or V&A Waterfront, where you have 1,000 stores or 300 stores within that mall, and you have got to pay the rental fee. Now, generally, in Amazon, or not in Amazon, on any marketplace, this is an average. You're looking at about 465 Rand per month to pay that selling fee to be able to be on that particular e-commerce store. So what Amazon has done, they reduced that fee from 465 Rand to 1 Rand per month. It's actually 1 Rand excluding VAT. So it's going to be 1 Rand 15 cents. So 1 Rand excluding VAT, 1 Rand 15 cents. Now, why did we do this? We wanted our selling partners to be able to engage with Amazon without this big financial obligation. So we're running the promotion until the end of 2024, which means you have the last 4 months left. If the fee had to be 465, this would be, call it 500. 500 times 4 is 2,000 Rand. You'd have said, okay, I'm going to invest 2,000 Rand and try and get my product sold on Amazon or put it on Amazon, and let's see what happens. Now you have the opportunity for 1 Rand per month to be able to put your products on Amazon, and we only charge you a referral fee once you sell a product. So I've seen there's a question there regarding, does this exclude the percentage on the referral fee? Yes, the referral fee is category based, so it's not linked to a selling fee. Selling fee is just to be as a seller on our store. But a referral fee only gets deducted once you sell. So if in 4 months you have your product on Amazon and you have not sold anything, you owe us 4 Rand. That's it. We only charge you when you are selling a product. Other than that, we are not charging you to be able, unless you inbound the stock with us, then we will have a service fee to inbound that stock with us. But other than inbounding the stock with us, you're only obligated to pay a selling fee if you have not sold any product. So we give you this confidence, and we allow you to have this confidence to be able to sell your product with, with ease. And without that financial obligation. So I hope that answers the question also in the chat regarding the referral fee. And please remember, referral fee is category based. So not all referral fees are the same. For example, I know we have some jewelry sellers here. So jewelry referral fee would be different from, let's say, home referral fee. And home referral fee will be different from, let's say, baby product referral fee. So every referral fee is different. How do we know this, or how do we find this out? This is also on our sell.page page. You can pick this up and you can see the category of referral fees. It's a nice table there that shows you each percentage for the category.
Right. And there are questions around the categories too. So there's a listing of categories, and that changes over time, sort of you may be adding categories in the future too, if it's not listed at the moment.
Correct. Absolutely. Absolutely. So what we didn't want to go out with a bang and be able to just flood the market with categories. So it's a strategic approach to be able to give our South African sellers the taste of every single category and be be selective in terms of what we also offer the market. So we also want to offer, good quality product, good quality categories, and give them the opportunity to be able to showcase their product. So yes, we are each and every month being able to, no, each and every month, sorry, each and every session we will unlock more categories. This is not time-based. It can happen in 6 months, 1 year, it can happen in 1 month. So I cannot give you an indication, for example, when will the fashion category be open, but what I can tell you, eventually we'll unlock all those categories as and when we go along.
Yeah. Great. Dynamic, responsive. It's a new market.
Yeah.
Some of the questions relate to territory, and Amazon being a massive national company, but it sounds like what you're setting out to do is to create access to South African market. Can you just explain, sort of, so as a vendor, as a seller, what does that mean for me?
Yeah, so we want you as a seller to be able to enjoy. I mean, I'm going to give you a stat of in America, which we looked at yesterday. I mean, Amazon America has roughly about 2.9 billion visits per month. This is an enormous number. I know South Africa in terms of population and maybe audience is completely different. However, what we are trying to do, and I'd like our audience to understand this, Amazon is a mutual relationship. It's not about us. And there's some perception, we're an American company and we have a global footprint, but Amazon.co.za is a South African business. We're an emerging marketplace. We are tailoring to suit the South African consumer needs, and we are suiting also or tailoring ourselves to suit the South African seller as well. And this is why I said at the beginning, we want to scale our businesses, whether they exceed Amazon in terms of e-commerce, even if they go into this multinational business. This is, a feather in our cap. We are not just there to be able to scale on Amazon only, but to holistically grow the economy, produce more products locally, create better employment. These are all the things, or the vehicle that we use to be able to grow and scale the businesses of sellers. So I'd like our sellers or our business owners here to look at it as a sales channel or a medium whereby they can expand their business, and not only for e-commerce or for Amazon growth, but in general as well.
Yeah. Great. So we may bring someone in to explain the question in a bit more detail, but there still seems to be confusion around fees and so on. So the listing fee, and then there's a fee, there's some other fees applicable. If you can just, I know you're repeating yourself now, but there's still some questions.
Absolutely. All right, let me break this down. So Amazon charges 3 fees, and perhaps maybe I have a small document. I just want to have a look at this to see if I have something available that I'd like to. Maybe I can just get it across in time. But anyway, while this is just loading, Amazon has 3 fees.
We can always share on the DigiBiz network event group later on, if there's some more for us to share in terms of links to pages and so on too. So in any case, there's a lot of answers in the Q&A here. What we will do as DigiBiz members is they'll be able to see the questions and the answers that has been posted. So if you're missing something now in the event, guys, you can go back to the DigiBiz network and you'll be able to see the answers there later on too.
Yeah, so just to put it through you, there are 3 selling fees, and I'd like to just share my screen on this document so that you guys let me know if you can see, because this is a fee structure. And I recently did this webinar specifically on fees. For those of you that are uncertain about fees, please go to our Seller Central Seller Central YouTube channel. I've done a webinar on payments and fees, which it gives you the full breakdown. But anyway, on this here, we have a selling plan, individual or professional selling plan. So your selling plan is the R1 a month. Your referral fee is a category-based fee. And then you have a logistics or shipment fee that you will pay depending on what program you go for. So these are the only 3 fees. So whether you sell or not on Amazon, you are obligated to pay a selling plan fee. And your selling plan fee at the moment is R1 a month. So that is obligated whether you sell or not. The minute you open your account, you owe us R1 every single month until the end of December. And thereafter, we will increase or whatever. There will be a new fee structure. So that's the first part. The second part is referral fees. So what is a referral fee? Amazon has a referral fee that is based on a percentage per category. So every time you sell a product, and this is very, very key, you sell a product, meaning you would need to sell the product first. There is a referral fee. So let's say, for example, you have a product listed on Amazon for R100. And the referral fee is 10%, which means Amazon would take R10 from that selling price of that product, only after you've created a sale. So you can have those products on, and once we sell, we will take that R10 on there. If you are using our network to fulfill your orders, there will be a service fee. If you are not using our network and you are fulfilling your orders yourselves, you will of course pay that whatever fees is involved there. So these are the 3 fees that are involved. I hope this offers clarity. And if there is any confusion, please refer to our sell page in the chat, or just go through to Seller Central. We have, I see Kafense posted in the YouTube channel, it's the YouTube at Seller Central ZA. Seller University, sorry, Seller University ZA. You can find loads of info there.
Yeah, Seller University on YouTube, and then there's also the sell page that Kafense posted in the text chat for people to follow. It's also in the answers, but if you page up in the text chat, you'll find those links. So click on them so you make sure you open them before we close the webinar, otherwise you won't know where to go. But luckily we do have the DigiBiz network space to keep sharing, and we will post these answers all in there for people to refer to in the future.
Okay.
We still have 2 hands up. So Miss Lynn is being persistent in keeping her hand up. I think her hand must be quite tired by now. So let's relieve her of that. Miss Lynn, you can speak. You just need to unmute to speak. Otherwise, we can ask Philip Macapela to unmute and say your question. You raised your hand. No, Philip doesn't want to speak now either. There's some Esther. Hi, Esther. Hi. Oh, yes, Philip.
Philip went to, yeah.
Hi, Philip. Philip, you can talk. Esther. Esther dropped her hand again. And then there's Joel too. Okay, let's see if any of them wants to explain their question in person. Joel, you have to unmute to speak. Yes,
good morning. How are you?
Yes, hi, Joel.
Fantastic. Great. I got 2 questions. First question, I just wanted to know what makes you different between you guys and Take-A-Lot? That's the first question. The second question will be this. I understand you said you don't sell kind of, let's say, grocery or food products in your platform or in Amazon. But as I said myself, I'm a manufacturer, but I do kind of stuff like honey. And there's also honey, you don't require to sell it now. You need to open the platform later, or we can be able to put on your on the platform, because when I look at it, the honey, if you understand, the honey does not expire, and also it can stay, for 1,000 years on the shelf. So it's different from the other, what you call perishable stuff. So I just want to need some answers on that. Thank you.
Perfect. Good question, by the way. And I like these kind of questions because this is it's very important. Now, firstly, let me explain something to you. I'll take your first question and answer it, and then we'll move on to the second one. So firstly, I do not know if you recall at the beginning of my presentation, I said our leadership, our number 1 leadership principle is customer obsession. And with that, we would not benchmark ourselves against any competitor. We serve you as the customer. And when we have that perception, generally, we will differ from any competitor, because once you follow what your competitor is doing, you are limited to only what they are doing, which is not the way we operate or the space we operate in. We want you as a customer to be 100% satisfied, or as a selling partner. So we look at your needs and your requirements. And remember, we have experience in this for the last 30 years. In e-commerce, actually we probably the pioneers of e-commerce globally. We operate in 23 marketplaces. We have a wealth of knowledge that we can bring around to be able to help you. So yes, in every other marketplace that we are globally, there will always be competitors, and competitors are healthy. This is what they're there for, because when you don't have competition, this should be concerning. When you have competition, it's always healthy in that sense. So we do our best, and as an emerging marketplace, we try and ensure that you as a customer all your needs and requirements are met. And once we have that focus, we will always make sure that we raise the bar. And that's always the way we've been looking at it from an Amazon perspective. Coming to your second question, in terms of the products that you want to list. So we strictly say that we do not offer ingestibles. And yes, I know the story with regards to honey with the expiry date in 1,000 years, and you can still consume it afterwards. However, our category says non-ingestible. So not the category is not open for ingestibles at the moment. So irrespective whether it's honey or anything else, it's still considered as ingestible. But Joel, don't worry. This is not a permanent situation. As we're discussing with Christoph, we will open these categories, and then we will open the grocery categories, and then we will open the ingestible categories. And what I do like about you is that you actually are involved in various other things as well, which will enable you to list. You can open an account, list your products for your other manufacturing stuff that you currently do. And then when the ingestibles and the food and the groceries do open, you just add on to your catalog or your listings. So for you, you're the perfect guy to be able to start your first piece. And then when we open the others, you can carry on. But yes, for now, unfortunately, we won't be able to list the honey products for you.
Yeah. The questions around baby products and fashion specifically.
Fashion was one of the categories I mentioned first. Unfortunately, that is not open as yet, and it will not come into, it's not opened as yet. So for now, we're not opening it. Regarding baby products, so remember, if it's baby apparel, it will also fall under the fashion. However, baby products, let's say like baby bath soap or baby cot or baby, all these different baby products. Certainly, we have a baby category. So baby blanket, baby bath soap, baby, all these baby related, except baby apparel. So a crawler for a baby, an outfit for a baby is considered a fashion item. Therefore, this will not be able to be listed now. However, anything else baby related that is not apparel or is not fashionable, this we can list for you.
Yeah.
I hope that answers the question regarding baby.
That's very clear. And also what you say, if you are in one category, even if it's not your main category, it's worth getting on, because then you get positioned for the future when that category does open, which is, I think, perhaps a good strategy to have.
Of course.
There are a few questions, Fakhri, around the logistics side of things. So don't mind repeating yourself.
No problem. So
but,
yeah.
sort of delivery, sort of all those the logistics, sort of around self-delivery or the ways that things happen. And there's also a question around what you've learned in the South African market since you've opened in that regard.
Okay, and then I'll touch after. I'll first answer the question regarding the fulfillment, and then I will answer the question regarding on what we've learned in the South African market. Okay, so firstly on fulfillment, just to give you guys or our selling partners an understanding, is Amazon offers two fulfillment methods. So the first fulfillment method, it's called FBA, which means fulfill by Amazon. And what does that mean? That means that we as Amazon have a full logistics network. So we are able to pick your order, to pack your order, and we need to be able to deliver your order in the fastest possible time that we promise. We call that our delivery promise. So if we say it's next day delivery, we promise that we will deliver next day. However, in order for us to do that, we need your stock. So how does FBA work? So FBA works in this manner. You have your items listed, and it's now on our store on Seller Central, and it lives there, your catalog. So you select, let's say, 5 of your best-selling products on your online store, and you say, you know what, I would like to take this chance with my 5 best-selling products and send this stock to Amazon's fulfillment center. So you are sending your stock to to our fulfillment center. Much like a consignment-based module. You take your stock, you select your 5 SKUs, you maybe send 10 of each, which means you're sending 50 products. You send those 50 products to our fulfillment center, and this is a process on its own. You send this to our fulfillment center, and then once it arrives to our fulfillment center, we now have your stock available. An order comes through, we then pick from the stock you sent us, we get it ready, and we send it out to the customer. With that also, we do a number of other things, which means we handle your returns, should there be returns. And also we handle customer service and customer support with that. So should your customer have any questions or any support required, we will handle. This is all encompassed or bundled into the FBA service. Now, this is only when you're sending stock to us. So what is this for? Who is this for? These are for businesses that wants to have Amazon as an additional sales channel, but they just don't have the capacity to be able to run around delivering orders, getting stock. They want to send their stock to Amazon. They know that these are their fast selling. They don't want to be packing and picking orders every day. So they say, yeah, Amazon, here's 100 units. You handle it. You pick, pack and everything, and just let me know when it's running dry. And I will replenish. And that's all. And they forget about it. So this is just, it works perfect for these type of businesses or individuals that go on holiday, that's doing a lot of running around, and they just don't want this additional stress of having to pack orders and send out. So they just send us the stock, we take care of the rest. Second one is, if you already have a logistics thing incorporated into your business at the moment. So you're already doing logistics on your online store, you're already picking and packing, you're already executing delivery. So what you then do, you say, well, I have the capacity, I will then execute the orders directly from my warehouse. And this is what you do. You will receive the order directly, you will execute it, and you will send, it will get sent to the customer, and then you will handle the returns and you will handle the customer support. So this is the 2 fulfillment models. Lastly, I just want to speak about the question regarding South Africa. Absolutely. South Africa has been one of the most unique markets. And as you know, South Africa comes with its challenges. And for us, I'm not always going to say we take every challenge with a smile. We try to. But yes, it's a unique marketplace. But the number one thing is we have lots of learnings from this, from a South African marketplace. Number 2, as a country, we have been through a lot. I think, in the top 5, top 10 countries in the world, we've really been through a lot of different things, which is absolutely important. We don't want to get involved in history or anything like that, but also we have a lot of heritage as well. And it is important for everyone to understand this. And this is why I say it comes with its own challenges as a whole. And we have various programs in our country, like, the BBEE program that we work with, government has set out. And we also try and incorporate that, which is not a requirement, but we also try and align ourselves to some sort of that. So yes, South Africa has been a different marketplace. It also has posed some challenges, and especially being an emerging marketplace for us, we had our challenges, but we also gained a lot of learnings as we're going along. And as we are going along, number 1, we are growing, and we're also getting a better understanding of what the client is all about. This is not USA. So in the beginning, I said our mission for Amazon is to tailor Amazon to South Africa and not the other way around. This is very important for our customer to understand, as well as our selling partners. And this is why we want local content. We want you guys that make, or artisans that make products in your backyard, that want to get it out there. We encourage this. You got a local perfume brand, we encourage this. You got local ornaments that you make or frames that you're doing. We encourage this. This is the things that we want to showcase on Amazon South Africa. So we encourage you to be able to list these type of products because this is our uniqueness. This is our identity as a country.
Yeah. No, great. Thank you very much for clarifying that. I think that's a very important point. And there was, I think we have one more question that we can deal with. The others we will do in the text chat as far as we can. But Amico raised how Amazon positions itself, because it's also a competitive marketplace out there, sort of in a South African context. So Amico, perhaps if you want to frame, we can unmute you, then you can speak.
Hi, Crystal. Thank you very much. Am I audible?
You're well, yes.
Okay, great. And thank you very much, Fakiri. It's very interesting to see, and I think this is absolutely amazing to have an organization of Amazon scale coming into South Africa. It's very, very meaningful. I've just passed this through to the entire board of Equality Jewelry Project and asked them to make sure that they get their 20 to 30 entrepreneurs into your database. I think it's quite important that for small manufacturers that we have the ability to capitalize on your ability to provide scale. Because what most people aren't able to do is to build enough of a business to go to scale. So you're going to have, it sounds like it's a great offering for startups. And I think my question is really coming in, and this was Christoph's question to me about SA versus the US. If you get to a certain point in your business, you need to get out of South Africa. The market isn't big enough to be able to scale with a lot of the products that we have, particularly when you're dealing with handmade goods. Because I have been selling handmade goods to both Japan, the United States, France, and various countries around the world. And it's one of the biggest issues. It is probably South Africa's strength, is its uniqueness of those handmade niche products. And there's almost like a separate training piece on how do you take a unique niche offering and help that manufacturer to maximize that, because that's really something that I've seen internationally is there's a huge demand. But there's two components to that, which I think Amazon could be very well positioned to assist manufacturers. The first is some of us can't do B2C. I only do B2B, for example. So, and if we offer a B2C product, business to customers, my business customers get angry with me to see the same products that they're pricing. So if there is almost like a separate login for a B2B, that will help those of us, because the market's not that big here. So you almost need a B2B that you will sell very big volumes, but you just can't sell to everybody those same pricing.
Yeah,
that's one.
That's very important. So that's scaling possibility.
It's very, very critical for us. And there's another piece, Fakiri, if you could look at long term, is one of the problems I have, for example, is the shipping and drop shipping has become exponential. And my customers are complaining left and right about it. If we could get some help to get into the rest of Southern Africa, and Southern Africa could come into here, and that is not a gigantic reach, as Amazon has this phenomenal shipping logistical capability, it would expand the markets across the SADC region. And it would be I can't get into Namibia and Botswana because I can't afford to ship there. They all say to me, we want your products, but we can't pay the shipping. So that's just something I just wanted to plant on your side, the B2B piece.
Thanks, Tamiko.
Thank you.
We are fast running out of time, so let's give Fakri a chance to respond to that, and then we have to unfortunately wrap up. As I said, we will do our best to answer all the questions in the Q&A, which aren't answered yet. But Fakri, if you can then wrap up too after Tamiko's.
For sure. I'll make it as concise as possible. And if for anything else, I mean, we can always reach out and maybe handle it in our next webinar. What I did want to say, and the scaling part is absolutely important. Our main objective is to scale. It's to scale small businesses, as this in our chat. And one of the best things that Amazon does is we have seller stories. And we showcase the seller stories because of scale. Somebody started out of the garage, and this is the same thing like many other stories you've heard, and they've scaled to a giant of a company. So this is the way we operate. However, you've mentioned something that sometimes South Africa is very closed off, and that might not be enough. So nothing prevents you as a seller right now from opening an account in Amazon USA, loading there, loading your stock, listing, everything like that. Absolutely, you can do it right now. However, Why I'm reaching out and why we are having this webinar is to be able to educate our sellers from a South African front, familiarize yourself with the process, get you scaled, get you geared up, have the one-on-one interaction, and first do something in your home territory where you understand, where you don't have exorbitant shipping costs, where you don't have to have a import-export license as a small seller. So here you are doing things in your own backyard. Once you understand how to run a proper business, then we then scale you and say, right, let's go with us now and visit our 22 other international marketplaces based on what we've taught you and based on what you've learned and based on the product that you are selling. We will then take you over with us. And this is our end goal. It's for our sellers to be able to move from South Africa and push them out throughout to various places in the world. And that is our objective. I'm going to leave there. I know it's already time. So for anything else, we have probably follow-up webinars, and I'll just deal with Christoph. We'll try and enter in the chat box as much as possible. All right.
Right. Thank you very much, Fakhri. It's for those of us new, enough information to digest, and those of us that have been in the business also got something, I think, from the detail. So all in all, hope everyone has done great. We will do our best to keep the discussion going and keep people informed about developments too. But let me just, Kafed, say thank you very much for your diligent answering of the questions there. Guys, if you haven't gone there yet, there's a lot of information in the Q&A. It's a bit late now. We can keep the room open for you for a moment, but go and have a look. There's lots of information there. Otherwise, Rashida, Sifiso, some last comments from you guys, and then we'll wrap up. Rashida?
Yes. Okay, so just quick one. If any of you, while you're still on the call, we have a quick feedback form that we'd like to share. You can just share the QR as well, Christoph. Yeah, so this, as you know, we've not had a lot of frequent webinars, but we're really trying to address needs and meet demand, right? So if you enter your feedback into these very quick form, it shouldn't take you more than 2 minutes. It really helps us to shape our future activities, whether it is you want to request Fakhri to do a workshop, or whether it is you want, other brands or sponsors to come into the room to speak to you about things that pertain your business and making it more digitally enhanced. Please do share that with us in the feedback, and also tell us how was today's session. Did it meet the needs? Is there more questions, etc.? So please use that to share your feedback with us. And then I think my final comments would be just, thank you, Amazon, thank you, DigiBiz team, for today. I've missed this platform so much, you wouldn't believe. But yeah, like I said, please keep your suggestions coming so that we bring more such content to you via the platform. And again, it's not just webinars that we do. There's workshops, there's constantly opportunities we're sharing on the platform. Just join. Again, it's just your name, your surname, your email, you pop it in there. You get access to webinars usually just by doing that. But if you want to go more deeper in, make sure to complete the social inclusion form. About 8 drop-down multiple choice questions, takes about a minute. And then you have access to all the content we've developed in the past. And then even today's session. So a lot of you have asked about recordings. Those will be posted in the platform, as well as on our WhatsApp group. Thank you to those of you I've seen you've all started joining more on WhatsApp. So I'll just paste those links in a second for you, just to go back and go and like our pages, join our WhatsApp group to be the first to get informed about WhatsApp, all things DigiBiz rather. Thank you. And
like always, diligently there, sometimes behind the scenes, today on the camera, Rashida looking after us. Thank you very much, Rashida. Sifiso, your final thoughts. And Fakhri, you can come in if you have a final thought too. Sort of let's give Sifiso a chance first, and then we'll end the session today. Sifiso.
Yeah. Thank you again to Amazon for a very great opportunity and exposure, I think, to the great leverage that the platform brings, I think, to our economy. But I'm also just truly excited to see the comments that are coming through reflecting the variety of entrepreneurs and various products and services that are being provided by the entrepreneurs that are here. And and certainly, I think what is clear to me is that there is definitely a need for future engagement on this subject. And I think what would be really most useful is for each one of us here to indicate what would be the one or two areas of focus for future engagements on this subject. And certainly the reflection or the feedback is an important one. So it's a great opportunity. It makes one feel this is really relevant and everyone needs it, but I think we need further engagement on it. But we need to be guided by you as to what you would like further engagement to look like. So thank you very much.
Great. In the feedback form or even in the text chat, suggestions will be most welcome, everyone. Fagri from here as well. Thank you very much. There's lots and lots and lots to be done in the small business space, and the opportunities that come our way are really helping us as small businesses. So I think we must notice that yes, there may be the big businesses, the international players like Amazon, we small guys, but those are opportunities that you're opening for us. So thank you very much for that. And perhaps you've got a final word before we end off.
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone here for granting us the opportunity to be able to explain to you about what our business entails and what e-commerce is all about. Also, I want to say thank you to the lovely audience. I mean, they've been very interactive. They've been very engaging. I love the fact that our chat box was running absolutely wild with questions. And this is what it's all about. These sessions are about interaction. It's about getting involved, and it's about asking the questions. So you know that you don't have the opportunity. So to the DigiBiz team, thank you very much. And I hope we will have some more to come in the near future.
Great. Looking forward to that, everyone. Have a good Wednesday. The week is a short week, so you have to go put in 2 days work now. That should have been 3 days. So good luck with that, everyone. Hope to see you all soon.
Ciao. Bye.
Bye-bye, everyone.